Hello, this is Robyn. Welcome to my channel, Heart Guided Intuition. And here is your general reading for Thursday, June 4th, 2020. So I've already shuffled the cards and I've selected them, but I have not looked at them yet. And this is a general reading, so it might not apply to everybody, but it might really resonate with some of you. Okay, so I'm going to turn the cards over now. And if you're returning to my channel, thank you so much for watching. And if you're new, then welcome. Welcome to my channel. And I'm so glad that you found it. Okay. So here we go. I'm just going to take a few moments. To see what the message is. Thursday's message. Wow. Okay. There might be a need to turn to, I guess, some kind of guidance, some kind of higher guidance on Thursday. There's some difficult energy coming up. It can mean a relationship, sun and moon. I mean, this came up yesterday more as a balance and reciprocal thing, card. But when this comes up in a love reading, and I don't know if this is a love reading, but this feels like a relationship reading. Some kind of relationship is kind of toxic. This card comes up when, the lover's card, the devil card can mean that it often shows in some decks, especially like the Rider-Waite, it shows almost a version of the lovers, but in chains. Okay, this is the Gilded Tarot, so it's a little different, but it's still that energy of stuckness and toxicity and something that like is very passionate, but to the point of not being healthy. Okay, so I feel like this is a relationship, and trying to work in a way that's harmonious, but with someone else. But there's like something to work through. You wanting this and wanting harmony between you guys, but there's something to work through. There's some kind of deep rooted, and because it's a major arcana card, it's a bigger energy to work through. So it can mean something that goes back a long time if you've been with someone a long time, or you've had a certain pattern in your relationships that's now playing out with somebody who feels like a soulmate. There can be, I guess, maybe control issues either on your part or on their part, or the tendency to people please, the tendency to lose oneself in a relationship, the tendency to allow someone else to control a situation. I don't know if any of this is resonating, but this next card is, the Four of Cups, is where you're just not interested. Like, there are 3 cups here, and there's 1 cup being offered to somebody. And it's about it can be boredom. It can mean lack of passion. It can mean I've gotten to the point where I just don't want, and I'm ready to. This is a traveling card. So it can mean a move. It can mean taking a day trip. It can mean going on a big trip. It can mean just getting on the road, taking a road trip. It can mean leaving something, going someplace. I don't see it as leaving, but I feel like there's a daydreaming aspect to this card. A daydreaming of like, how can I move this situation? Where can we go? Maybe we can take a trip. Maybe we can do something, get out of our comfort zone, get out of the stuckness, and that's going to help move this, because this is really stagnant energy, the four of cups, and it's about having something offered to you that you're just not interested in. You're just like, no, I don't really feel like taking that cup. Not really feeling it. Just So it's kind of dreamy, but not really acting. And this is like take action and go somewhere, do something, get on the road, either literally or metaphorically, figuratively. So that will move that stuck energy. And the color card that came through is this card, which I actually see as a very positive card. It says, find a richness from the dark night. So that devil card coming up with this dark night of the soul kind of thing, I see the light. There's light here. It's not all dark. There's been darkness, but the light is there. The light, I know that. It's that is that saying, about you can't have the dark without the light, or you can't have the light without the dark. Sometimes the most trying situations, the most painful situations often bring us unexpected, gifts, blessings, understanding in the form of understanding, in the form of, it can come in many forms, but it can come in the form of a deeper compassion for oneself and for others, and a deeper understanding of sorrow, a deeper understanding of how to move through life in a much more self-compassionate and compassionate for others kind of way, if that makes sense. When you've been through something yourself, that's sometimes the only way you can really be there to help others through that situation. And so there's a light. So I don't know if that applies to this relationship. It feels like a relationship reading, some kind of relationship, but whatever, find richness from the dark night. So whatever you've been through with this like kind of soulmate kind of person, whatever this difficult energy is, there's some kind of, there's a richness in that experience for you to have a deeper understanding of how you relate to each other, of maybe what your internal I want to say, like, the way you do things on an internal level, the way you work in relationships or approach or communicate, you will have a deeper understanding of that from having gone through this. So get things moving, by either physically or either by actually taking time to step outside of your comfort zone, or to move ahead in a different direction, move forward somehow, out of that stuckness. And the moon is coming up, which is difficulty navigating your way forward, can be secrets, can be mystery, because the moon, it's associated with the water element and emotions. And whenever this moon card comes up, I always say, imagine if you've ever been walking on a moonlit night. You hear me say that a lot, because that's what this card is about. When you go walking on a moonlit night, there's just enough light, even if it's bright moonlight, there's just enough light to guide you forward, but there's still shadows, and it can be a little scary. It brings up fears and uncertainty and not knowing how to move forward, not knowing how to move through that stuckness of the Four of Cups to move forward. But there is going to be forward motion tomorrow. It's going to require you to let go of your fears. And this is a card of some structure falling away. What's falling away is the moon energy. And I know there's a full moon coming up. Is it tomorrow night? And I don't know about you, but I know I pretty much every time feel the full moons. Not all of them, but some of them in particular are really, really potent. Energetically, I will feel them. So I know that June is this month is supposed to be some very powerful goings on in the in the cosmos. If I'm not an astrologer and I only know very, very basic astrology, so you might want to tune into some astrology. There's astrology.com, and some really wonderful astrologers on here, if you're interested in that. So it's really whatever the energy of this moon is, that difficulty in moving forward, because there's definitely forward motion for you in this situation. It's available to you. And if you're having trouble seeing it, just there's a pattern to be broken, okay? There's a pattern and a structure to be broken in order for you to move forward. And it may require you getting some guidance. Here's a Ganesha card. Ganesha is the remover of obstacles. And this is guidance. And yes, I know that my camera is backwards, or it reads things backwards. So this is a beautiful card of asking for guidance, tuning into whether it's, you going into a state of meditation or a shamanic journey with a drum, or just sitting by yourself in a place where you feel safe and you won't be bothered and you won't be interrupted. Or it's turning to somebody, turning to a spiritual teacher, turning to a trusted friend or mentor or someone who you trust, and you trust their guidance, and they're coming from a heart-centered place. I always say it's really important for us to have teachers who come from that loving, compassionate place, and with the help of guidance. With the help of guidance, yes, with with some guidance, you will be able to get on the road forward through the whatever is stuck and feeling like really difficult energy in a relationship situation. I feel like it's a relationship. It might apply to some of you as a relationship with yourself, something you've been grappling with and struggling with for a long time, breaking through a certain pattern. But because the Sun and Moon card came up there, I feel like it's, that tends to be a soulmate card, even though in yesterday's reading, it was, it came out with a different meaning. That's just my guidance from my spirits. So anyway, just I wish everybody well. And if this resonated, feel free to leave a comment below. And yeah, so be safe and well. I hope this was helpful. And peace, love, and blessings to everybody. Thank you so much for watching.